it's me Adele and welcome to my channel Sew for Serenity, where I talk to you about my sewing journey. Welcome back if you're a regular viewer, and if you're new here, I hope you enjoy this vlog and consider subscribing. So welcome to my Friday sews, where I talk to you about my world of sewing this week, what I've been up to, what I've been making and what my plans are for the week ahead. So this week was a really exciting week for everybody out there that loves sewing, and it was the launch of the Sewing Bee. So that was on Wednesday, and as I can imagine, just like me, you were all sat round totally engrossed in the Sewing Bee first episode. And what an episode it was. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but my initial thoughts on it was I'd never be able to do that. I thought it was really tough first challenge. Their first challenge was to create a twist top with French seams, which on the face of it seems fairly straightforward, but they only had 3 hours to do it in. And some of them picked some tricky fabrics. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. And every time I watch the Sewing Bee, I get a new appreciation for what they're actually doing. When I first started watching it, I didn't even sew, and I found it enjoyable. And I've actually recently gone back and watched all the episodes. Now I do sew, and it's just opened my eyes to how hard it is, really. Didn't really appreciate until I knew how to sew how difficult it was or is. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for next week. I'm just chomping at the bit for the next one to be released to see what's going to happen. And have I got any favourites at the moment? Yeah, I have got a couple of favourites. I really like Lauren. I think, like, I'll be interested to see if her personality comes out a little bit more. I think she's going to be really good. And I really liked her story as well. She I think she used to be a solicitor or something in law, but then started working in a fabric shop to pursue her passion. So I just really like that story, maybe because I'd like to do that too. But yeah, Lauren's the one that I quite like at the moment, but there's no one I dislike. I think they're all amazing and pulled out some really amazing clothes. And it was a shame to see Catherine go, but yeah, she just wasn't very good at time management, was she? She had no idea what was going on. But well done, Catherine, for getting as far as you did. I think you did an amazing job, and I would have literally cracked under the pressure on the first task. Other things that I've done this week is I will talk to you about what I'm wearing. So I am wearing my lovely Tessuti Patterns dress, which is the Claudia dress. So this is it. I will put a photograph in because it's quite hard to show you, but I am absolutely loving this dress. It is so comfy. It's got this really interesting detail on the pocket. So when I cut this out, I'll just sit down before I show you. So when I cut this out, I was really confused because the pattern piece said cut 2 pockets, or cut one pair of pockets. And I was like, that's weird, because I'd never done a pocket where you didn't have 2 pairs. But I went with it, followed the instructions, and then I realised I had a pocket facing, and that the pocket is top stitched down to the front of the dress, and then you've got the pocket facing, which gives you this lovely, neat, oh, got a little bit of thread there, lovely neat opening, and then you can see the top stitch pocket is there, and I just really love it. I've never done that type of pocket before, so that was really nice to learn a new technique. And I think this would look lovely in just a plain fabric as well. So you make a feature of the top stitching on it. I hired the neck slightly, so on here it's quite a high neck anyway, but I really like my square neck higher. I'm a bit weird like that. Most people like to lower their neckline, but I like mine a bit higher, so I made mine a little bit higher. And I did struggle with the sizing on this Tessuti pattern, because Tessuti patterns have extra small, medium, large, and I looked at my measurement and it put me into the medium, so I cut out a straight medium. And that was a mistake, really. I should have sized down on the top, because they do come up big Tessuti patterns, and I kind of knew that. So on reflection, and by all means, I'm not an extra small. Next time I would size down to an extra small, because there's a little bit of gape in here, which I think I can resolve through the dart. There's a dart here, bust dart at the side, and I think I can just alter that dart a little bit and get that to sit a bit nicer, but it's not that noticeable when I pull it down, it's fine. What I had to do, this has got a facing as well, so it's not that easy to adjust because you've got to adjust it on both the facing and the top. Now, when I realised this wasn't going to fit me, I took, I would say, 1.5 inches off each side, and it's still got quite a lot of room in there as well. So next time I make this, I will definitely make an extra small on the top and grade out to a medium on the hip, because that's what I've ended up taking off from the medium at the top. And I always have this problem, to be honest with you. I've not got much up top so I tend to be a small. But yeah, I ended up having, it wasn't as straightforward a mate, because when I tried it on, it was far too big. It gaped massively here. This was too big. I probably cut about, I think it's probably came to about here. So actually when it sat on me, I had quite a lot of, had a couple of inches here as well. And obviously now it sits nice and flat, but it wasn't sitting flat. So there was a lot of adjustments I had to make, but I'm glad I persevered with it, and I know what adjustments to do next time, and I've wrote on my pattern what to do next time. Other really lovely details on this dress is it's a mitered corner. So as you can see, my lovely mitered corner there, and it's got side splits. Can you see that? Oh, I'm giving you a bit of leg. And the top stitching's really lovely. It's a double row of top stitching all the way round. And I really enjoyed this pattern. This fabric was from Beyond the Pink Door. It's a gorgeous kind of like, it's not paisley, but it reminds me of paisley. Quite like a hippie vibe. It's really lovely and comfy, summery. I love the pockets, and I can see a lot more of these in my future. I just really would like to nail the fit on it, so I'm going to have another go at it. But there's nothing wrong with this fit. Don't think anybody can notice apart from me. I'll put a picture up of me wearing it so you can see the full front and back. It's quite, I've gone quite low at the back, because I like that, but it still covers my bra strap, and yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. Really, really clever construction. Yeah, I mean, it was easier because I was using a cotton. I think if I was making this in a viscose, I would have struggled a little bit, but yeah, I'm really happy with how this has turned out. Definitely a sewing win for me. And that links into my sewing social. So Bex from What Bex Sews runs a sewing social each month in Northampton, and I went along for my second social, and I went there, and this is where I started this. And I must admit, I got quite a far way with the pockets and everything, but then when I encountered those fitting issues, I was like, I've had enough for today. But to be honest with you, there's so much chatting going on and stuff that you don't really get that much sewing done at these sewing socials. But I had a really lovely day, and Bex, if you head over to Bex's channel, she's got loads of footage. I don't know if I took footage, but if I have, I'll put it in. I got myself some lovely earrings. So Bex has started her own business called Jazz and Wow, and she sells resin buttons and earrings. Now these earrings don't match my outfit, but I wanted to put them on to show you. So these are like a green colour, and they're gorgeous. I really like them. Now I'm not a dangly earring person, but I wanted to support Beck's business. And the day of the social, I wore my Ingrid dress. Let me just grab it. So I wore my Ingrid dress, and I'll just hold it up, and I had my bright pink lipstick on. I'll put a picture up, and it really matched with that, and that's why I bought these ones, because I thought they really, really picked up the greens and the pinks in this dress. Oh, and I can show you now my little label Better Than Bought. Now, I love this dress, and I wore it with pumps, but it did feel a little bit short, to be honest with you. I think I would have to lengthen it next time. And I made it as per the pattern. Did I shorten it? I don't think I did. I'm sure I made it as per the pattern. So, God, if you're tall, you would definitely need to lengthen this a little bit. But I am going to pack this up now and send this to Sew Confident, because this was my mate for my brand ambassadorship. They gifted me the fabric and the pattern in exchange for me sending them this for a month for them to have in their window display. So I'm really excited to get this sent off and see it in pride of place of the window. And I'm very, very proud of my finishes on this. The inside is really nicely overlocked. I've pressed all my seams flat open, or had done flat open. Yeah, I really took my time on this and enjoyed making it. So yeah, that's going off. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. So this is where these earrings came from, and I absolutely love these. And I also got some buttons as well, which I'll just show you. So these are my buttons that I got, these gorgeous blue glittery buttons that will go on an outfit for Alice. and they have got the lovely Jazz and Wow packaging, and I will link her Etsy store in my comments below. And you can head over and have a look at her buttons. She's going to be putting some new stock on next week as well. So I think like she's been selling these really, really well. And yeah, she sells earrings and buttons, but I think she's got some other stuff coming as well. It was really lovely to see Bex again. I hadn't seen her for since the last social, but I really, really love spending time with Bex. She's so lovely to be around, and yeah, we have similar tastes in fabrics, and yeah, we just really get on really well, and I just really enjoy chatting with her. And it's so nice that we're close. We live near, well, fairly nearby anyway. So yeah, really, really enjoyed it. And she was making the Donny shirt. She struggled with the collar a little bit, but she'll share that on her vlog. I don't want to spoil that for you. But yeah, she's definitely motivated me to do the Donny shirt. I've got the pattern and I'm ready to go with that as well. So yeah, the sewing social was absolutely lovely. Really enjoyed it. Didn't buy any fabric this month, but I did get some fabric off the swaps table, so I'll just show you that. So the fabric off the swaps table is a bit random. So the first piece, I went back and got this just before we were packing up, and it was this really cute, quite thick cotton with these cute kangaroos on in this bright green, and there's quite a lot there, and I just couldn't resist it. I thought a pair of dungarees for Alice in that would be gorgeous. I just really liked the kangaroo print, so I did get that in the end because I just couldn't bear to see it not come home with me. So there's that one. Then I also saw this piece of real leather. So it's not a massive piece, but it's enough to, I think, to get a little bag out of, in this gorgeous burgundy colour. And leather's expensive. You can smell the leather on it. So this was left over from some cosplay that one of the lovely ladies had been making for her daughters, and I just thought I'm going to grab that and make a bag. There's a lovely little bag that Adam Sews pattern that he's launched. It's like a little bum bag or crossover bag, and I think this would be perfect for that. So I'm hoping if I can get the pattern, I can print it off, and I've got enough to do the outside in this at least. Yeah, I think I'll have enough for the outside and then do a different lining, but yeah, that's really what I want. I think it's called the hipster pouch, but yeah, that's what I want to do with that. And then finally, Bex made me take this. It was one she'd bought in, and it's because she'd seen my mesh dress that I'd made recently in my orange leopard print. She said, oh, I've got some mesh that you might like, and it's not complete mesh, but it's a very, very sheer, I suppose it's not mesh as such, but it's a very sheer stretch fabric, and this is it. And there's absolutely loads here. There's like about 3 odd meters of it, and it's really stretchy across grain. And I am thinking this would look gorgeous in some kind of dress, but maybe not as skin tight as the last one. But yeah, I'm really into the mesh, and this is another animal print, so you know, can't go wrong. Plus it was free. So they were my fabrics that I got from the swaps table. I didn't pick up any patterns because, let's face it, I don't need any more patterns. So yeah, that was what I got. And then finally, Bex got me a little gift. When I got there, she said, I've made you this, and it's a beautiful little candle holder. Now, she knows I like my candles in my sewing room because I talk about it quite a lot, and she'd made me this little resin candle holder with all buttons in, which is so cute. I just absolutely love it, and it's in her signature colours, green and pink, which I love too. So yeah, really like that, and I've had that, as you can see, I've had that burning away. So it's really nice to get a little gift that is so personal. Someone's really thought about you, what you like, and took the time to do it and gifted me it. So yeah, it's really, really special. So that stays in my sewing room. So other sewing that I've got done this week, a couple of things. I shared with you that I was using my scraps from the Ingrid dress, this cotton poplin from Liberties, to make Alice a dress. Now I haven't got it here to show you because she's gone to school wearing it today, but I have got some pictures that I took this morning. I still haven't got a picture of us both in it, which is frustrating. But yeah, I did the Be Curious dress by Ellie and Mac, which is this dress here, and I made this. What version did I make? Well, I made a combination. So I made the short sleeve with the ruff, with the flounce, with the ruffle on the bottom. Now I didn't have enough fabric to make the whole dress, so what I had to do was I did the bodice in this. I had enough to do one tier and the ruffle, so basically I had enough to do the front of the skirt in one fabric, in the cotton poplin, and a ruffle. And what I thought was, but I didn't have enough to cut the back. So what I did was I cut the back in a navy cotton poplin that I'd lined it in. So what I did was the front and the back are the same pattern piece. So what I did was I cut one out in the cotton poplin Liberty print and one in the plain lining fabric, which is just a navy cotton poplin, and then cut those in half. So I had a tier going round in the Liberty lawn, then the colour blocked with the navy, and then put the piece together the ruffle. Now I had to cut it, I had to play pattern Tetris a lot. If you looked really closely, you would see that I have cut cross grain, on the grain, every which way to get this out of it, but it looks amazing. And for the amount of time that Alice will wear it, she's growing so fast that we'll only get a couple of months out of it. So I, you know, for me, it didn't matter that it was on the cross grain or anything. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. She looks super cute. I ended up going with poppers on the back because I made the size 4, but it's actually really snug on her. Well, not snug, it fits okay, but I had to be really, really, on the back, I had to not do the buttons as far over as they should be. I had to give her a little bit of ease there. So I ended up using poppers because I just thought it'd be easier. And we used a purple popper. I haven't got a picture of that, so I'll just show you the purple popper that I use. So I've got this popper kit and I just put some poppers on the back. That works really well and she looks super cute. As I said, I still haven't got pictures of me and Alice wearing these outfits together. And I'm probably not going to get one unless I get one tonight, pop this on and get one with her, which I'll try and do. But usually when she's been to nursery, her outfits are covered in paint, so yeah, I can't imagine she will be coming home with a clean dress. And the reason I've sent her to school in a Liberty cotton poplin is because it is Elmer Day today, which is a little elephant, a little colourful rainbow elephant story for toddlers, and they're having Elmer Day today, so the theme was to go in brightly coloured clothes. So they made the classroom a rainbow and I think definitely she will look cute in this. And actually I might go and pick her up in this so we're matchy, but anyway, I digress. So that is the other thing that I got finished. And then other things that I've done is my Zadie jumpsuit, which I talked to you about ages ago. So my Zadie jumpsuit, I made a toile of it. I had some issues with the fit in the back and had to do a suede back adjustment. So I unpicked it all, cut out new back pieces after I'd made the alterations, and I'm just in the process of sewing that back up together to just check the fit really does work before I then cut into some other fabric. So this is the fabric that I made the Zadie in. So yeah, I had done some changes to the bodice back, done the suede back adjustment by just cutting out some of the fabric, and then once I knew that worked, I then have cut out new back pieces based on the transfer to the pattern that I made, and because I just want to make sure that that suede back adjustment has worked when it's translated into the pattern. So we'll see. I'm going to sew that back up together and then hopefully have that as a wearable toile, because I do really like this fabric. And then hopefully if that works, I want to get another one cut out straight away and make it up, but I'm not sure what fabric I'm going to use for that yet. And then finally you will see this very snazzy fabric that is on my mannequin here. This is a toile, not a wearable toile, just a toile, and I've used this cotton that I've got. It has cars on it, and the reason why I've got it as a toile fabric is because the fabric, I don't know if you can see, but the cars actually ran the blue, like it's got blue tinges where the fabric ran, which was a bit disappointing. But I only purchased it for like pyjamas anyway, so it's not the end of the world. But I'm loving twirling at the moment. I found that I twirled the Ingrid dress, I've twirled the Wilder gown hack that I want to make, and I'm finding that it's quite freeing doing it, because especially when it's not a wearable twirl, if it's just a normal, if it's just a rough, let's just cut this out and see how it goes, I'm really liking that because you don't have to take the same time. So I am making the Camille, well, I want to make the Camille dress. It's so beautiful. These pictures do not do it justice. So Adaku, who is the model on here and also the owner of Dovetailed London and also the pattern designer, she was wearing this at the Stitch Festival, and she also had it on the mannequin, and it looked stunning on the mannequin and stunning on her. Yeah, Adaku specialises in African wax print fabrics, and yeah, I've been a fan of hers, but I just can't carry off. I just don't know what to do with her fabrics. They're so beautiful, but I've just not got the confidence yet to get there with it. But I just love this dress, and I'm really visioning this in a broderie on glaze. I've got this vision of a blue broderie on glaze version of this. Now, I have seen the broderie on glaze. It's on the So Confident website, and they've got two different styles, one with a big print and one with a small print. So what I'm hoping to do is do like a mixture. I'll do the skirt and the big, more detailed print, because it's quite it's a circle skirt, so it would really show that up, and then the top in the smaller print, and they've got the matching lining. But it's quite pricey, that fabric, so I do really want to twirl it first, because I want to order it the exact amount. So I want to make sure I get the size correct, and then also lay out the pattern pieces on some fabric to really understand how much I can get away with ordering. So I've twirled the bodice, and the things that I absolutely love about this dress is just the dark detail. It's so special. So as you can see, it's got this dark detail here, and it comes into a high neck. Obviously that would be sewn to the lining. Dark detail here, dark here, dark here. So flattering. It should help with getting the fit right. It has, I haven't got the zip in, but it's got a zip up the back, an invisible zip, and then it's got a dart here and a dart here. And I'm hoping I won't have to do a sway back adjustment, but again, could always put a dart in if needed, because that would mirror the darts at the top. So yeah, I really, really love it. I'm going to put the invisible zip in just to get an idea of the fit, but I cut out, based on my measurements, finished garment measurements, the size 14, because the finished measurements are a 40, my bust is about 37 and a half. So the size 12s was a 38 and a half inch finished measurement, and a 40.5 inches finished measurement for the 14. So I went for the 14. This isn't even the 14. When I did the 14 on the mannequin, which is set to my size, it didn't fit. It's far too big. So I sized down to the 12, and it's still quite big on the sides, but I can work with that. I don't think I want to size down anymore, because I do need some ease. And it obviously, this, although this is set to my measurements, it hasn't got my lumps and bumps that I have as well, so my mum tum, etc. So I want to keep that ease in. But I'm really happy with this. So I cut out the size 14, and then when I saw it was too big, I went back and retraced out on the same pattern pieces the 12, and I'm much happier with that. So I really want to get the invisible zip in, so I can really make sure that the fit's right and get it properly sewn up, because I've just pinned this. It's all pinned at the moment. So yeah, that's another little work in progress that I've got on the go. I don't think I need to twirl the skirt, because it's just a circle skirt, but really, really happy with this, and love, love, love it. Just think it's so pretty. And even though it's a high neck, I think for summer it'll be nice, because it's like a more of a wedding-y kind of vibe. I'm thinking, you know, a nice day at the races, which I've got soon, and that's really what I want to use it for. I think it'll be gorgeous. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, and that, I think, is everything that I've been doing in the world of sewing. Not much more to report. A couple of things to update you on. I have recently cancelled a few subscriptions, and I just wanted to share that with you. I have cancelled my sewing magazine subscriptions. Now, it's with a heavy heart that I've done it. I do love the magazine, love reading through it, and I know you love my reviews of them. However, so I have found I'm not using any of the patterns, and that as a result of that, I have decided to stop purchasing them, because I'm just destashing, and what I've been doing is putting all my patterns and fabrics onto Stash Hub, and I've just got so many, and I just can't really justify it. So I've cancelled those subscriptions, so there won't be any more sewing magazine reviews, I'm afraid. Sorry, Katie. And then the other thing that I've done is I've also suspended my subscription box of Beyond the Pink Door, and it was with a really heavy heart that I did that. I love Andrea's fabric, I love Beyond the Pink Door, but really I just need to sew the stash I've got. So I messaged Andrea just to say, Andrea, I've looked at my stash, I've got over 300 fabrics, I really can't justify having any more, so I am going to have to suspend my subscription. And she was really lovely about it, and I do buy from Andrea a lot, so you know, I don't feel so bad. And it's not like I'm her only subscriber, she's got plenty of demand out there. So I did feel quite bad, because I love receiving it every month, I love filming the unboxing, but there's so many people out there that film the unboxing now, I don't think you're going to miss my unboxing. So yeah, I won't be having that subscription box anymore. The other subscription boxes that I have is the So Hayley Jane subscription box. Now that is increasing to £70 a month, which is a lot of money. I am going to continue with that for the time being, because I do really love that one. It's the one I've had from the beginning, and yeah, but I will have to review it based on, am I using the fabrics, etc. I got a sneaky peek. There's going to be one that I really like next month, and so I want to see what that one is. But yeah, it's, you know, cost of living, etc. It's all about weighing up, you know, am I using these things or not? So yeah, at the moment I'm keeping my So Hayley Jane subscription running. I love it. I love the excitement of it. I love the little magazine in it. I love everything about it. There have been the past couple of months where I haven't been in love with the fabric as much as I have other times, but that's the gamble of having a subscription box, and I love that. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And then the other one is my Little Miss So-and-so, which is one that I get as part of my brand ambassadorship. So I won't be stopping that one anytime soon. I absolutely love that one so much. So yeah, plans for next week, as I say, I want to carry on with my toiling of this, get the fit really right, finish off my Zadie and maybe get another one started. And then last but not least, I want to start getting this blooming swimsuit done. I'm so putting it off because I'm so scared to do it, but I've got the fabric. I got the fabric gifted to me by Blooming Fabrics. I just want to get this done, but I'm just scared. I'm procrastinating. So yeah, I need to get the pattern printed off. I need to get it cut out and get it sewn up and stop being such a scaredy cat around it. So yeah, any moral support you can give me some. And so that's my plans for next week. I am away this weekend in completely forgot to say, I am away this weekend in Newcastle, so won't be getting much sewing done, which is why my plans for next week aren't that massive. However, when I go to Newcastle, I'm really disappointed because I'm sure Tamlin isn't, because she's in Santorini, but unfortunately Tamlin's in Santorini, so I won't be able to meet up with her, which is a bit of a shame. However, I am going to go to First for Fabrics. I'm going up on Saturday morning. It's about a 3.5 hour drive up to Newcastle from my house, so I'm going to get to First for Fabrics before they close and have a little peruse, hopefully not buy too much. And then I'm meeting the lovely Alison from Sew Like Dotty, so I'm very excited about that. She's working in the morning, so all being well, she's going to come over to Starbucks. We're going to meet for a coffee in Starbucks and have a little catch up because I've never met her in person, so I'm really excited about that. And then yeah, so I'll be away for the whole weekend, but hopefully get some sewing in next week. I've had loads of lovely questions from you, some little cheeky ones as well. Thanks, Rowan. You know what I'm talking about, for my questions and answer vlog, which is coming along nicely, and I am going to film it and release it soon, so do not worry, that is coming. If you've got any more questions that you want to ask me, please let me know and I will include those as well. So that's all for me for now. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog, and if you don't subscribe already, please consider subscribing, and please click the like button if you haven't already. And I'll see you all soon, and have a wonderful week of sewing. Thank you. Bye.